All right, everyone, welcome back. This is Doc Williams from the Toolkit, and really this is like a fitness tech tool exclusive video talking about the 5 essential types of software to grow your business. So a lot of people ask us questions about software, and people say it's too expensive, blah, blah, blah. There's a couple of things to keep in mind. Yes, software is expensive because it costs other servers, other companies to keep that up. The thing to keep in mind, though, is it's going to save you tons of time and money. So we're going to teach you ways to do it for free. Then we're going to talk about ways to do it more efficiently. And you can link out to other videos to see tutorials. But remember, all these things, you can do it for free, but it's going to take you some time. And then we have some recommendations of software that we've tried and ones that we work with clients, we use ourselves, and why we recommend it. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the 5 concepts of what you need, and then we're going to talk about the 5 different types of software. Okay, so we're going to talk about why you need these fundamental concepts and then expressing it with software. Again, we're teaching you how to use software to make money. So these concepts are, even if there was no technology in the world, you can still use the concepts to live. So if I was in a country with no technology, I'm still creating technology, a piece of paper, a system to do things more effectively. So we're going to be talking about that. So the 5 concepts that we're going to be going over is batching tasks, which you hear me say a lot, batching tasks, your own platform or your own space, taking payments, delivering your product or service, and keeping in contact with your audience. So we're going to be talking about what that's about. So batching tasks is a to-do list and allowing you to streamline your approach of what you're doing for your business or what you're offering. So instead of just saying, oh, when someone comes up and wants something, that's when I'm going to do it. Someone asks me a question, that's when I'm going to create something. If you do that, you're always going to be here, there, everywhere. On social media, trying to create content. In person, it's just too much. So batching tasks is having a theme or structure of what you're going to do each day, couple of hours, couple of months, years, and keeps you on track. So for instance, batching tasks would be, if I'm on social media, I've already written out all of my posts for the next month, what's going to happen on Monday. Monday, it's going to be motivation. So I already have the quote picked out. I already know what I'm going to post. I've already got it loaded up on something. It's going to already batch everything. For instance, for the newsletters, I'm writing all my newsletters a couple months in advance. So it's already pre-made. It goes out automated. And if I want to add something else, I can add them when I feel like it. But now, systematically, it's going out like clockwork. So what can you batch in your business that brings you the most return? If you're on social and you're really getting a lot of leads, guess what? You need to batch that. You need to have 3 to 5 things already constructed and scheduled. Now, how can you do that? Number one, if you're broke, you don't have money to spend, open up a Word document, open up a document on your Gmail and copy and paste all the wording and copy and paste the picture that you want to use and your hashtags. So now when you're ready, all you're doing is literally copying and pasting and you're good to go. You can even set up reminders for free, letting you know when you're supposed to be doing this or writing it down on the piece of paper. What we use is something called Grum, GRUM.co. Grum schedules all of our posts. And we've also used Sprout Social. I really like that platform because you can actually engage with everyone on the platform. So I can talk to all my fans via the platform. I can do all of those things. Awesome. Okay, so that's batching your tasks, and it saves you so much time and energy, and you can streamline your business. The other one is your own platform. Okay, so why did we do the second and not first, even though it's very crucial? Because usually what we find is to get your business up and running, you're meeting someone at their place, either in person, on someone else's platform, such as Facebook and Instagram, and that's good. It's like meeting at someone's restaurant or a wonderful bar. But the thing is, do you own the bar? Do you own Facebook? Nah. So if they want to change the rules, such as we're doing happy hour only for the next 2 hours, you can't be like, that's unfair. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I need my my drinks. Um, you can see I don't go to happy hour that much. I don't think that conversation would go that way. But you get my point. You've got to have your own place to direct people to, because you can make your own rules. It's like going to your own house. When you have your own house, apartment, whatever space, location in the world that you're paying for, leasing a building, you can set your own rules. Same way on Instagram, they're going to say, hey, you can do these certain things. You can't advertise this way. You can't have this type of music or this copyrighted or any of sorts of things. You can have that on your platform and you can drive traffic. And from there, they can connect with your brand. You can get their emails, their phone number, whatever, the best way to stay in contact. Now, I'm not going to go into the best way from email versus text. There are a litany of different examples showing that email is still the most effective, and getting in front of people in the way that is personable to you is the most effective. What do we mean by that? Email is always the tethering option, because when you're buying anything, any goods online, you still need a good email address. So if you get that, you're in front of them. If you get their email where they're purchasing things on Amazon regularly, you know you're going to be in front of them. The eyes are going to be on you. Same way, as you're trying to make the sale, you have to decide how are you best going to connect with someone. For me, I can't do email as my first level of success to convert someone as a customer. I'd rather have a call, someone see my face, me in person. I've driven 8 hours to a client's house, because that's how I close sales. I'm not good at email unless I'm keeping in touch with people, touch visits. So think about your own platform, bringing them there as soon as possible. Another thing too, you never know when those other platforms are going to shut down. Instagram, there were tons of Instagram models that we work with, and they have their account shut down for one reason or another. Guess what? All their fan base is gone if they didn't collect emails and tell them where they're going to be. It's crazy. Another one is taking payments. Okay, so so your own platform, you can do that for free or buy it. So you can do a free Wix page, a Weebly page, those, or a WordPress.com page, so you can make a blog, blogger.com. But to have a more professional one, I would use Verst, VERST.co, or Squarespace, something where you can make it custom for you. Excuse me. Or you can use a free platform and just pay for a domain name. So it's docwilliams.com. So they get that instead of all these crazy numbers and letters, backslashes, something easy for them to go to. But we'll talk about that in another lesson. But it's essential for you to set something up, a blog, something where people can get a hold of you. Now, the next one is taking payments. Now, why is this so important? Because if you don't take payments or find a way for you to transact, you don't have any money, which means you don't have a business, you have a hobby. So you need to find a way where you can have this, and very quickly. Now, you don't have to have it in a crazy way where it's got to be optimized and all of WooCommerce, Shopify, and all this. Just figure out, are they paying you through PayPal? Are they paying you through Stripe? What country are you living in? What can you use? And from there, you build on that. So what we're trying to get away from is you sending an invoice every month. There needs to be something reoccurring that automatically is connected to their bank account or their credit card for you to get paid. Now, that ties right into you delivering your product. For the most part, you can manually give the product, email it, mail it. But if you don't have software helping you out, you're going to be going crazy. You're going to go crazy because it's just too much. So once you learn how to make payments, you can also deliver your product or service in a better way, because that takes money too. So figuring out how to take payments in any transaction you're going to make, people are going to take your money. PayPal, you're going to take a percentage. Stripe, they take a percentage. Just get used to it, because they're doing all the hard work to get you the money. They're going to take a percentage. Just look at, depending on the plan and where you go, they're going to take different amounts. Stripe and I think PayPal, depending on the country, is around like 2.4%. So just keep that in mind. And then the platform, we get into how you connect it to it. But for all-in-one platform for trainers, what I tell people to use is Book Like a Boss. BookLikeABoss.com is one of the easiest ways. I can sell my classes, my services, my consulting calls, my free consulting calls. I can do everything on one platform. So I really love Book Like a Boss. They're great at customer service. They're just awesome. I use them all the time. All the consulting calls where people are talking to me or others on our team, we use that. BookLikeABoss.com. You could do all of these things that I just mentioned, all by having that one. It batches tasks because it does your calendar. It makes your own platform. So all you need to do is buy your domain name. It accepts payments and it delivers your products. Done. Another platform that would be good if you're trying to send out digital products such as training programs, everything like that. Check out Trainerize or Train Heroic. But I made another YouTube video, a fitness tech tool specifically about training platforms for trainers. So check that out. And we'll link it in this video as below if you're watching this on YouTube. The last one is keeping in touch with your audience. Okay, so why is this important? Okay, you could be doing all this right. Be doing everything right, but if you don't keep in contact with them, they're going to forget about you. If you're not showing up in person, talking to them in emails, something, they're going to forget about you. Now, a lot of people are like, I don't want to bother someone. That's great. I understand. I don't want to bother anyone either. You know what people do when they don't want to hear me? They unsubscribe. They're telling me, I don't want to hear you anymore. That's totally fine. Maybe I've talked too much. Maybe they'll come back later. Maybe it's got too much going on right now. But you're giving the people that care about you more opportunities to connect with you and keep going with your story. I know one time that I stopped emailing our list for like a month and a half because I was working on other projects. People were like, what's going on? People were actually emailing, I haven't heard from you in a while. People want to hear from you. Now, it's not me sending out a sales letter every month telling them to buy. It's me giving case studies, what I'm working on, all having to do with fitness tech, but that's what you're signing up for. And if people don't want it, they'll unsubscribe. You have to make sure you keep the light on. Same way as advertisement. There's another lesson talking about the difference between marketing and advertisement. A lot of times keeping in touch is advertisement because you're just letting them know, hey, I'm here and this is what's going on. Hey, I'm here, this is what's going on. Then also marketing a little bit because you're telling a story, you're weaving the story, but you can do that. Now, different ways you can do that. You can use Drip, you can use MailChimp, all those things. What we use in a number of our businesses that we all help, almost every business, I can't think of one that doesn't use it, ConvertKit. And the reason we love ConvertKit is I can make the funnels, and we'll talk about what that means later on. It just means I can go through a sequence of events. My cat is always trying to attack me when I do these videos. But another reason I love this is when you email, when you're doing these things, it creates a composite profile, which means I can see from when the first time someone joined my list all the way until right now, all on one screen, what they're interested in, different tags I gave them, all their interesting points. And now I understand my audience better, each individual person. And when I see traction, now I can individually email each person that has interest. It's a lot different than me just blasting out a message and saying, hey, this is my service, buy this. I'm creating a narrative on my emails to create that trust and likability with my audience and driving them to a sale when it's appropriate. Just like this video, we release tons of stuff for free. It's to help you with your business, but also shows you, builds up trust in us if it's a good fit for you to have a service from one of us later on. Everything's already there. Instead of me just emailing you, hey, I've got this great product. Do you want it? Do you want it? No one's going to do that. Very few. So again, the 5 essential types of software is batching tasks. You can do that with an Excel spreadsheet, a Word document, or you can do it with Book Like a Boss and Grum, where you're scheduling your social media posts. Your own platform, a litany of them. You can use Blogger, Wix, Weebly, all those different things for free. You can use WordPress for paid versions, or Squarespace, or what we use is Verse and WordPress, but we've used a bunch of other ones. you've got to own your own platform. So that's why we say it. Taking payments, you've got to do that using Stripe, PayPal, and once again, Book Like a Boss does all of those things. Delivering your product, you can do that with Book Like a Boss, Gumroad.com, I believe, Shopify, tons of other different platforms you can use. But you want to get out of, maybe at first you're just sending them, an email and saying, hey, this is attached, or you're mailing it. You want to really reel that in, that it's all automated. And then even if it's physical goods, making sure that you're having some kind of analytical processing for your plugins, which means there's a payment processing. Shopify does that. Etsy does that. eBay, tons. It's just you got to deliver your product in a certain way. And then keeping in touch with your audience, guys, making sure that you're starting to build that trust now. We always see this. It is never too early to start with an email list. We start an email list with 24 people. We still have a pretty small list of about 1,200 people right now, but we're always trying to focus in on the ones that it's the right fit for us. We're not looking for a huge list that people aren't interested. Keeping in touch with the only ones that people want to hear with what we're going on and what we do. So again, guys, this is the 5 essential types of software to grow your business. This went a little bit long, but this was in depth to really get you to the next level and understand what you need. Again, this is what we do at Fitness Tech Tools in the toolkit. So if you want help to see how this helps in your business, let us know. But you can get this started for free right now if you want to use some of these things that we talked about. Hit me up at doc@thetoolkitagency.com, or go to thetoolkitagency.com to see tutorials, videos, mayhem, other of these rants. I'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys.